You see what Victor Wembanyama just did to the defending champions? The San Antonio Spurs walked into Oklahoma City on Sunday night and gave the Thunder a 21-point beatdown in Game 4 of the Western Conference Finals, 103-82. The series is tied 2-2. And if you thought the Spurs were going away quietly, you better look again. We are going to break down exactly what happened, why the Thunder's night fell apart, and why what Wembanyama is doing right now should have every franchise in this league losing sleep. Let's get into it. Going into this game, Oklahoma City had the advantage. Up 2-1 in the series, home floor, two-time MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander locked in. The narrative was clear. The Thunder were the defending champions, and they were on the verge of putting this series away. The Spurs, for all the Wembanyama hype, were the young underdogs staring down the barrel. But San Antonio had different plans entirely. From the opening tip, the Spurs came with a defensive blueprint and they executed it to near perfection. San Antonio forced 17 Oklahoma City turnovers. 17. In a Western Conference Finals game against a team that prides itself on composure and calculated basketball, that number is nothing short of catastrophic for OKC. Every turnover was a possession the Spurs converted. Every turnover was momentum draining out of the Paycom Center. And the shooting, even worse. The Thunder shot 33% from the field. From three-point range, OKC went 6 of 33. That is an 18% clip from deep. Those are numbers you expect in a practice game, not a playoff elimination situation. When your perimeter shooting collapses like that and your turnovers are bleeding out, you do not beat anybody, let alone a team that is playing with the kind of cohesion the Spurs showed Sunday night. Because while OKC was self-destructing, San Antonio was moving the ball like a well-oiled machine. The Spurs finished the night with 26 team assists. 26. That is championship-level ball movement. That is a team that trusts each other, that understands the system, and that knows how to impose their identity regardless of the pressure of the moment. You cannot overlook that number. In the playoffs, teams that move the ball like that are dangerous, and the Spurs proved exactly why. Now, let's talk about the man at the center of all of this. Victor Wembanyama, 33 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 blocks, plus 29 for the game. That plus 29 is the number that tells the complete story. It means that when Wembanyama was on the floor, the Spurs outscored Oklahoma City by 29 points in a game that ended with a 21-point margin. He was not just the best player on the court Sunday night, he was the game. And here is what makes this truly extraordinary. Victor Wembanyama is 22 years old. 22. He is not even in the prime of his career yet. He is a 7'3" center who can guard every position, facilitate at the guard level, protect the rim, and put up 33 in a Western Conference Finals, and he has barely scratched the surface of what he's capable of. The conversation around his ceiling is not hyperbole. This man could be the most dominant force in the NBA for the next 15 years if he stays healthy. That is not a prediction. That is a reasonable projection based on what we are seeing in real time. SGA, meanwhile, had one of those nights you want to forget. 19 points on 6 of 15 from the field. For a two-time MVP in a must-win environment at home, going 6 of 15 is not getting the job done. The Spurs defense had answers for him all night. Gilgeous-Alexander could not find his rhythm, and when your franchise player is off and your team is coughing up 17 turnovers, the result is a 21-point loss. But let's give credit where it's due on the San Antonio side beyond Wemby. Stephon Castle and Devin Vassell both dropped 13 points apiece in supporting roles. When your third and fourth options are giving you consistent production while your star is dropping 33 on the best team in the conference, that depth is a serious problem for opposing coaches to solve. So where does this series go from here? Oklahoma City still has the pedigree. They are the defending champions. They have SGA, who on his best night is still one of the most unstoppable scorers in the game. They are not going away. But the Spurs have now shown twice in this series that they can completely neutralize what the Thunder do best. Game 1 was a Wemby masterclass. Game 4 was a team-wide dismantling. That is a pattern, and the Thunder's coaching staff has to figure out an answer before this series gets away from them. The Spurs are young. Nobody is questioning that. But young does not mean fragile. Not when your centerpiece is performing like the best player in the world in the biggest moments of the year. Game 5 is coming, and this Western Conference Finals is officially a war.